Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 5 of Jadedcat's Agrarian Skies Hardcore Quest Gamepack Let's Play. This gamepack is available on the Feed the Beast launcher. We just got the 1.0.5 version of this gamepack, which includes the Hardcore Questing mod. I got caught in the middle of doing some upgrades over here, planning out the next episode, setting up a bunch of extra space. Got a vacuum hopper next to my sifter and autonomous activator, and I've got a bunch of gravel and dust inside of the autonomous activator, so I'm gathering goodies. Got some more diamond and emerald, probably going to set up another autonomous activator sometime soon. But right now, I just want to do a quick check through all of the chests, make sure I didn't lose anything. Oop, there's an invalid item. There were a couple of ID mismatches when I logged in, so I can only assume something's going to be gone. There's a whole bunch of what's new in open blocks books. I should probably look through those at some point in time, but right now, get rid of the extras. Okay, so the Hardcore Questing mod. What is this all about? There's only a few blocks available here, and the most important one to start off is going to be this quest book. To get started with it, at least in an existing world, you're going to need to put these 4 planks in all of the corners to make a quest book. And then when you go and you try to right-click the quest book, oh, it popped open, no problem. So the first time I tried this, it told me the server doesn't have HQM mode enabled. To enable HQM mode, I believe it's HQM, it's just HQM help. HQM I guess hardcore or quest. If I do HQM lives, currently have 2 lives left. Fantastic. And then you can add and remove lives with the tools there. HQM version tells us that this is questing mode version, the beginning, level 1. That's entertaining. Alright, sleep until morning. And we can check this out together. Now, there is a whole intro to this that is queued in with voice acting for this game pack. And I believe that it was Sachiavelli, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, that did this and had lended his wonderful vocal talents. So, here it goes.
It has been a horrible 10 years. Code wizards meddled in the balance of nature and released hordes of monsters from other dimensions on an unsuspecting world. Not satisfied with just destroying the human life, the monsters rampaged across the world, eating everything they could find and leaving nothing in their wake but empty void. The great mage trio Dusk, Viswy, and Scott approached you with an offer. They had just enough power to protect your home and a small amount of land from the final devastation. In return for their protection, you agreed to collect the materials and resources the creators would need to remake the world once the hordes retreated back to the Hell Realms. The great trio cast their spell to protect you, while the magician way of flowing time forced the evil armies into submission and ordered them back to their dimensions. Upon waking up, you find that the creators, the Jaded One and the Cute One, have left a small amount of supplies to get you started. They apologize for not being able to give you more. If you complete the tasks assigned, you will receive more rewards to help you in your mission. It is up to you to recreate the world, to provide a home for the poor, lonely creatures left alone and homeless, to repopulate the planet. To this end, the Jaded One has compiled a list of the many items and fluids that will be needed. This book will magically update your progress as you complete quests, and may at times have new quests added if she sees she missed a requirement. To start, punch tree, get wood.
Ha, that was fantastic. Okay, click here to start. 1. Learning to skyblock. Alas, all has been lost. You were the sole survivor of this devastating tragedy. I love how it's been potentially pluralized because the Great Trio don't know exactly how many of you they protected. I assume Whiskey was involved. Now it's up to you to rebuild the world and create a new community which can flourish once again. Starting with only this little skyblock created by omnipotent goddesses, the Jaded One and the Cute One, who chose to abandon you after this final act of mercy with nothing more than a book. This book, filled with quests. To start on your journey, you must first get a grasp of the basic of survival in this brand new world. Alright. So, let's see how this works. Looks like I can click on a quest. Hitting escape closes it up entirely. I don't know how to go back. You know what? Maybe it would make a good idea. Well, one, to lower the sound back down to something reasonable. Two, see if there is mariculture. No, there doesn't seem to be any. I'm not seeing any commands for HQM at all. Well, that's a shame. Alright, so let's figure out how this works. I would expect to be able to click one of these. Alright. You may have noticed, I guess we're doing this quest now. So, you may have noticed that you have very little food to start with. Very little to start with. Almost new land, no food. I'm terrible at reading aloud. So yeah, need to punch down some trees. Need to make some barrels, a crook. Basically, craft random wooden stuff. This all looks like kind of a basic intro tutorial type mission. If you've ever played an RPG, you've seen one of those before. So let's see if I can just pick up the stencil table I already have. Have that count? Unfortunately, no. Alright, no problem. Recraft a few things. Alright, now that I've crafted those two, if I go back to the quest book, hey, it shows that they're crafted. Also need a tool station, a crafting station, a chest. So, crafting station, chest, tool station. I know a crook was one of the required items. Go back in here. Ah! Must make barrel. Graphic glitch zombie falling in my face. Alright, barrels a go-go. Again, that's the first quest complete. Now I can pick, do I want the Pan of Destiny or the Axe of Despair? I also get a quarter of a heart, 10 apples, and a reward bag. I'll take the Axe of Despair, because why not? Cute little sound effect plays. And I still don't know how to get out of this page. Okay, that makes sense. You can left click to go forward and right click to go back. Derp. Very basic stuff. Should know that. So it looks like there's 7 levels of quest. If I open this up, we've got the in the beginning, that is now complete. Over here, using the book. You may be wondering how to use it. Oh, maybe I should have read this first. On the off chance you have no idea what you're doing, this very small series of quests will teach you how to do quests. Right click on any page. Yeah, that would have been useful. Really should have done that first. For this dark, it is locked. Okay. No problem. So, I get an apple. Yay! Manual completion. Second type of quest is the Consume quest. You will not get the items back after turning them in. They vanish into the stomach of the giant void monster, thereby preventing him from eating you alive. Awesome. Consume quest can be completed by collecting the items required and clicking the Manual Submit button at the bottom right of the book under the quest requirements. So, I need to turn in 1 oak plank. I have an oak plank. So if I click Manual Submit, click that, click Manual Submit, yay! And I will get a quest delivery system and a hopper. Fantastic. I like hoppers. Free 5 iron. That's a cool thing to start with. We'll figure out what that quarter of a heart does sometime soon. And now, the QDS. The final way of turning in quests is the quest delivery system. This block will require you to send the items through a hopper or duct attached to the block. Advanced energistic buses can also send items to the delivery system. Before you send items to the system, you will need to key the system to the quest. Do so by selecting Select Task button in the lower right of the task page. Then right-click the delivery system with the book, and you should see a message in chat saying the quest has been assigned to the system. It will void all extra items not needed for quest completion. Be careful with that. It's the only way to turn in quests that require fluids. Have to pipe the fluids in using fluid ducts. Can have multiple QDSs assigned to different mods. Part of this quest is the ability to earn extra lives. You can combine heart pieces into full hearts. Right-clicking with a heart will add 1 life to your total. Alright, so I need to use the hopper to submit a plank. Exciting stuff. So we'll set down a hopper. We'll set down the QDS, give it a plank. We'll give it a hopper on top. Alright, so I click this, hit select task, right-click the book. You bound the QDS to the QDS. And now if I add 1 plank and check my book again, it's complete. Yay. Ah, no help, Kevin. I have to give them a hopper back. That's a shame. But I get a full heart out of it. Right-clicking this. Ah, HQM Hardcore. Hardcore mode doesn't work with vanilla hardcore mode. We'll try to disable it. Ah, can't use vanilla hardcore and current hardcore. Currently I have 2 lives. I have 3 lives left. And I have to reset so that it will no longer be in vanilla hardcore. It is now in regular old survival mode. So, yep, difficulty hard. Fantastic. Your server currently has HQM mode enabled. You currently have 3 lives left. That's pretty fantastic. So that's the basics of how to get started. Let's open up this reward bag and see what we got. Inside, 12 angel blocks. Ooh, that's fancy. Angel blocks come from extra utilities. They're normally rather expensive to make in that they require gold and obsidian. And if you point at any random spot in the air and right-click, it puts an angel block right in front of you. You can do it either above, in front, to the right, a little bit away. There you go. Also great about angel blocks, they break. They break really fast with a pickaxe. They used to break instantly and pop straight into your inventory. I wonder if that was a config option that was changed. In any case, these angel blocks will be very useful later on when I want to start building in other places. Let's see what else the quests have to offer. So, that's in the beginning. Smooth as silk. Create strings so that I can craft a sieve, a fishing rod, a hammer, and a bed. Get another quarter of a heart, stone axe, and I'll get to pick either sugarcane, cotton, carrot, or regular seeds. Well, that's fantastic because cotton seeds would be very useful. So, grabbing some string, got plenty of wood. This is like back to the basics. Two silk meshes, 4 planks, 2 sticks. What else was there? Fishing rod, wood hammer, bed. I don't want to craft another bed. Oh well. Reset my key binding when I updated. Let's put that back to the proper key. Bed crafted. And I fail at fishing rods. There we go. Fishing rod crafted. Now if we check this guy out, oh, hammer. It helps if you actually fulfill all of the requirements. And hammer crafted. Hammer time. Alright, So I get all of those, and I'm going to take the cottonseed bag. Oh, wait, your first stone. I have to create cobblestone? Okay. I can make that happen. I've got some extra stone around here somewhere. 3 of them. Alright. So why not? We'll grab some of my copious amounts of extra dirt. Break one of it down. So I have the stones I need. Oh, and I got a birch seed. Fantastic. There. Craft some cobblestone. Go back and check. Hey, and I can claim my reward. 1 carrot seed. Or cotton seed. Cotton seeds. Alright. Axe of Despair. Stone axe with Bane of Arthropods 5. Hey, and another basic reward bag. Inside of which was 16 TNT. That's more useful than you might think. Oh, and hey, that's not a single cottonseed. That is a 3x3 area. That's a cottonseed bag. So now we've got these 2 quarter hearts. And I believe we can craft 4 of them into a full heart. We can craft the 2 of them into a half heart. Basically, they can be consolidated in any way that you would normally do so when combining halves towards a whole. So that covers the basics of the hardcore questing mod. I'm going to get through some of the other early game quests. Actually, no, I'm not. But we will be using this to kind of guide where things go from here. So this, I need to craft an unfired crucible and an unfired clay bucket. And I can't quite see what's after it. For this, I need to do some fishing. I have to submit 1 raw fish, get a reed fishing rod, another quarter heart, and random reward bags. And this will lead on down the path. So here's what's going to happen. Interesting. I'm going to wrap this up right here. Thank you for exploring this with me, sight unseen. Probably be the only time I do that sort of thing, but it was the instant that it came out, I just couldn't resist the idea of kind of a breaking news sort of, this just in, it just hit, let's get it out right now. I got a little overeager. So, from here on in, I'm going to go through these basic quests. Anything that I have already done on screen, I'm going to skip. I'll just finish through them. I'll hang on to the quest rewards in a certain chest, show you the goodies that I get out of it. Because it looks like all the way through here, I've completed this entire chain already on screen. Because that's an autonomous activator. That looks a lot like an igneous extruder. That's definitely a smeltery. That's the broken ore. That looks like aluminum brass. This whole path, on the other hand, might be a little more interesting to see on screen. And everything else, the go with the flow, bees and trees, for the hoarding, very clever, very much worth going through. Oh, this one's not so great, so I'll finish this off mostly off screen. Interesting. So yeah, that's the hardcore quest mod in a nutshell, and all of these quests were added manually by Jadedcat with extra story blurbs and such from some of the community. This is very much a team effort kind of mod and a team effort kind of mod pack. Jadedcat was the organizer, but definitely not the only creative mind behind it, and she's expressed more than once how incredibly thankful she is to the community at large for helping to make all of this happen. So, go team us. That'll wrap us up for now. I'll join you again tomorrow with episode 6, in which we'll probably be almost done with the learning to skyblock at that point. And then I'll have a little bit of structure to push us through the rest of this Let's Play. So, thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and shoot me any comments. Constructive criticism is always appreciated. Maybe I can try to be a little less tongue-tied on camera. That might be fantastic. Anyway, thank you very much. Catch you next time.